third game I want to hit on is Oregon State. Another big spread. This is 16.5 points, but the game is at Corvallis. Oregon has some questions they need to answer, especially on the offensive line. Finally, not playing a team from the state of Idaho. I think we can all agree that that was not good. They struggle with Idaho. They go toe-to-toe with Boise State, need a field goal at the end to beat them. What do you make of this game? What do you make of this matchup? Oregon State was a team that was left behind. Coach leaves. Some of their best players leave in the portal as well. But, like, man, if you are an Oregon State fan or player, coach, whatever, like, this is your Super Bowl going against Oregon.
It is. And it's hard for me to figure out Oregon. Like, it stinks for them because the first 3 games of their season have really been like Super Bowl games. You got the SCS team coming into town, and it's like, oh, you know, they play them really tough. Then you've got the group of 5 team who is actually like a team that has a chance of making it to the playoff with one of the best players in the country, in Ashton Genty. And it's like, all right, well, you know, that's a tough one. Oregon State, their roster, as you mentioned, not what it was a year ago, but they're in Corvallis. Oregon has some real issues right now. You mentioned the offensive line, and I know we only have a small sample size here. Statistically, we're looking at the worst defense in the Big Ten as well. Like, points per game, they have not been very good. And I think Oregon State is going to be extremely fired up for this one. I don't feel like I'm going to take Oregon State in the points at this juncture because I have too many questions about Oregon. And I think they got to get right in this game. Like, I think this is the game where Oregon's got to play some good football.
I'm going to take Oregon because I think they're going to get all of those frustrations out. I mean, Dan Lanning has not been happy at the end of either of these first 2 games. And I think, like, they will finally put it together and make a statement for all the people saying, hey, I thought you were going to contend in the Big Ten in year 1. Hey, I thought you were going to be a CFP favorite. I think they're going to show us that in this game in Corvallis. All right, let's go to some.
You want to real quick? Let me give a stat here. Dan Lanning 1-4 against rivals.
A lot of those are Washington.
Yeah,
right.
Well, there's a Oregon State in there as well.
Okay. All right. We'll track that one. That one's going to be fun. As well as the Apple Cup. I mean, listen, it's weird that these games are in September because of realignment and the fact that Washington and Oregon are now going to end their seasons against each other, which I love. But yeah, this is going to be fun. I love getting rivalry games whenever we get them.